Kalashnikov USA KP9 pistol with brace is doing fine, as you can guess, because it is still in a one piece. First 1,000 plus, much more than 1,000 rounds, but we'll call it 1,000 rounds behind us. And as I said, the pistol is still in a one piece. First, let me give you the impressions, because now I have some really cool feedback. It drives perfectly fine. If you're looking for the pistol for the quick drills, having fun and things like this, this is the gun which is going to deliver. There is no question about it. Recoil on this is absolutely minimal. It chokes everything, whatever it throws at that pistol. Zero malfunctions. So thumbs up for the Kalashnikov USA on that front. However, I did encounter, maybe not the first problems, but interesting things. First of all, after I would say a few hundred rounds, the pistol grip kind of become loose. So, and it was to the point like it started moving in my hand. No biggie, you gotta tighten up the screw here and it gets into the place. But this is something what I'll be watching right now. Speaking about the pistol grips, as far as for ergonomics, this is not really my favorite grip. If we will be done and I will keep using it, I'm going to upgrade the pistol grip. I need more meat in that section and it just doesn't sit comfortably. You got the nice bulgy part at the bottom, but then for the guys with a little bit larger hands like mine, you got that loose end here, and I like to have some meat in my hand. Boy, that sounded wrong. Anyhow, going back to the other things. For changing the magazines, you gotta really pull that magazine out. I tried a few times to do the magazine changes, but well, now it's falling out. See, now it's falling down. But when I pull it and that magazine got stuck in the magazine well, I had to correct myself and pull it all the way. I'm suspecting that over the time when those magazines will start cycling through the magazine well, it will be easier and there will be more like a free fall and they will be coming out. But probably because the gun is still new and everything, so that was kind of issue. I'm not saying it's an issue, but observation, right? And one point which I have to start paying greater attention is with the trigger. Sometimes I'm getting trigger slap and it's kind of annoying. It like jerks your finger back, and this happens especially when I try to shoot fast, and I think I've seen people saying that you can put the ALG trigger. I'm not going to do that for the testing, but makes perfect sense to me. Because this trigger should be a really short reset, it should be quick, and it should allow you to take the full advantage of what this compact size with minimal or no recoil at all gives you in exchange, right? So you want to have that fun. So, but that's something what I noticed, I'm getting that trigger slap back, and it's kind of annoying. You take the shot and it bounces back. As far as accuracy goes, this thing delivers. You can bring the steel from past 100 yards. I know short barrel 9mm doesn't make sense. Yes, I get it, but it delivers. All I'm saying is it is accurate, it's fun to shoot and maneuver. So these are for sure thumbs up on how the Kalashnikov USA feels and operates. Another thing what I noticed too, the handguard at the bottom now become loose from all the shooting and everything, and it's kind of annoying. It has that how I should say that, because it's from outside it's like standard AK handgun, right? But it has that cheap feeling. So for the price paid, plus $1,200, right, you would expect a little bit better material, maybe the wooden handguards, and I will probably put that, I will change it to wood. Some, I'll show you on the pictures, you will see you have to do some modifications to the rear end because the way how much room you have in the receiver. But it is doable, and if you have some basic understanding how to operate tools like a Dremel tool or the file, you will be able to do so. As far as the upper portion, there is no brainer. It's just you can swap it and you can have the wood on it. But as I said, again, a 1,200 plus box for what you're seeing here And you know, I would love to have from Kalashnikov USA a little bit more that quality, that touch, you know, but it is what it is. Enough with the bitching, because you know, this guy will never shut up. Let me pop the hood and see what we got. Well, first maybe I'll remove the magazine. Let me remove the magazine and pop the hood. If we can open it. Jesus, this is stubborn. Okay, this will take a moment. Let me rock it back. Maybe it will take it now. There we go. Oh, I pushed the button, but I cannot open it. Okay, let me top it. The old AK method, right? Bigger hammer. Nope, that son of a bitch won't bulge. Okay, so Houston, we have a problem. I cannot open the cover. And what's happening, guys, is, so this button is getting jammed and it's not clearing the dust cover. It looks like a dust cover sinked too much to the bottom, but I don't understand how is that possible. So I'm pushing, see, I'm pushing it, and hopefully you can see it. It's not clearing. That's one of the reasons. I can force it. I will leverage this up a little bit, and I can force it with the hammer now. Like everything with the AK, bring the bigger hammer, right? I'm going to push it. So now, look, the button went in. The button is inside. It released, but it clears. There you go. It completely clears now. Okay, boom, I push it inside. So now hopefully, there we go. Holy cow. This was something else. And I think that is very interesting development. I don't understand how's that happened. There is some copper residue from rounds fired inside, and I'm wondering what caused this problem. As you can see, I had to use a standard AK doctrine. The little hammer didn't help. I had to bring the bigger hammer and bigger screwdriver to pop the dust cover open, and the only thing what I'm seeing is the residue from after the rounds fired, and like I wonder if this and some maybe dirt, you know, but was that enough? Let me see how this dust cover closes now. See, this is, look guys, what's happening now. So I removed the recoil spring, right? I removed the recoil spring, and in order to close it, you have to jam it, because the edge of the dust cover is hitting that bracket here. So even without the button, see what's happening? There is like no clearance for it. So in order to close it, and I'm going to close it right now, I'm going to force it, and what's going to happen, well, I cannot even, there you go. So you gotta push it forward and it goes back now. But now, okay, kinda, maybe it will work out. So yeah, but I can see the problem. If you have this hook and the way how the button, release button is designed, you have that little ledge here, and it's like a hook, and if this jams against the metal, then you're kind of screwed. So if this like L shape from this side jams against the dust cover metal, then you are screwed. What you have to do in the situation like this, then, like I did, use the leverage, put the flat screwdriver and bend that metal here, that opening, a little bit more, in order to clear the push button to go inside. Otherwise you will be unable to open it. There's no, I mean, you will be, there's always a way, right? But you're going to bend something seriously badly. So hey, maybe that opening, Kalashnikov USA, pay attention for that opening for the button. Maybe make it a little bit larger so it clears that release button a little bit better, because that was the struggle, get it open. And I'm guessing because of all the rounds, shots fired and things like this, and it is what it is. All right, enough with the bullshit talk about the dust cover. How long you can talk about the dust cover? Let me pull out our bolt carrier, and here you have to be careful. There you go, wiggle it. I told you guys about that opening in the rear trunnion, and that's for clearing on the bolt carrier the firing pin, because this is the basically rear end of that firing pin. So cool, we got that. Let me have a look inside. Inside, everything here looks good, not bad at all. It's just covered with gunk from the powder, and that's perfectly fine. That trigger hammer is working hard, I told you that already, but it's looking okay. Let me have a look at the bolt carrier and that whole contraption here. I don't see any alarming signs of unusual metal wear or anything. It's just dust, and everything is covered with the residue from, you know, gunk and things like this. But it's looking good. All here is looking good, and there as well. And this is that hinged dust cover, which gave us some trouble, but we got it open. Bigger hammer wins all the time. All right, let me move the lever, and just the guidance for the rod or for the Pirates Union. Nothing inside. This is just the guide for the rod, and the barrel here is looking good. As I said, I'll pull this out for the picture so you can see how much room you got inside the receiver and how much room you got on that handguard and what has to be done. Other than this, everything here is looking good and fine. So for this episode, after the adventures with the dust cover, I think we are clear to go to another 1,000 rounds. I hope to have some interesting add-ons which will not affect anything here to that pistol soon, so we can run some cool footage and everything. All right, thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting AK Operators Union, and as always, please remember to hit that subscribe button and also that little notification bell. Without the notification bell, you will never hear from YouTube that we published the new video. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.